Then we have action of water. These elements react with water producing trihydroxides of formula MOS3. We have very important question why LaOS3 is stronger base than LuOS3. The reason for this is large size of lanthanum. Lanthanum has large size due to which its bond with OH that is weak and it can easily produce OH negative ion in the aqueous medium. That's why LaOH3 is a stronger base as compared to LuOH3. Then we have sixth action of hydrogen, action of nitrogen. They react with nitrogen forming metal nitrides of this formula where metal is in the +3 state, nitrogen is in -3 state. Then we have seventh property, formation of carbides. All of these elements they react with carbon and form carbides of formula M3C, M2C3. These are the metal carbides, they also form MC2. Then the uses of the first transition series, inner transition series, they are used in the preparation of alloys. They form number of useful alloys. Then the addition of 3% mis metal of lanthanoid to magnesium increases its strength and this alloy becomes very hard. It is used in the preparation of jet engines. Steel mixed with lanthanum, cerium, promethium and neodymium. It is used in the preparation of flame throwing tanks. Oxides of lanthanum, neodymium, promethium, they are used in the preparation of lanthanoids and colored glasses of the goggles. They are being prepared. Mixed oxides of the lanthanoid, they are used as catalyst in the your petroleum cracking and preparation of TV screens. Cerium salts, they are used in drying of the cotton. Compounds of lanthanum, they are used in the hydrogenation, dehydrogenation reaction. They are also used in magnetic and electronic devices. GdSO4 7 water molecule gadolinium sulfate, it is used to produce low temperature during the researches. They are also used in the laser technology. These lanthanoids are used in the laser technology. In the end, we have a question which we have already discussed. What is lanthanoid contraction and what are its causes and consequences? We know it is the decrease in size of the element which follow lanthanum. It is due to poor shielding effect of the 4f subcell which do not shield the outer electrons from the hold of the nucleus. That's why these outer electrons they come nearer to the nucleus and size decreases. Consequences are their electropositivity become same, their chemical properties become same, their ionization energy becomes same, their separation becomes difficult, their hydroxides show slight variation in their character, basic character. Then we come to the next series, that is actinides. So properties of actinide, they are just similar to lanthanoids and most of these elements they are synthetic in nature. The element which come after uranium, they are synthesized in the lab through nuclear reactions. Their existence in the nature is very less. So we have next series, that is actinides or 5F series. So these elements include Akt, Pa, U, Nak, Fu, Kam, Bak, Kaf, Is, Fum, Mud, No, Lawrencium. So this is their electronic atomic number 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103. So So when we reach lawrencium, the atomic number goes 103 here. Now we come to their configuration. Here 4 will be of radon, whose atomic number is 86, and we have 61 and 7s2, 4f is 0 here. So we have 89 electrons in the next element also. We have the configuration 4f0 again, 62, 7s2. Then in the next element, that is galactovium, then we have the configuration 4f, 5f2. This is 5f series, so 5f will be there. So we have 5f2, 61, 7s2. Then in uranium we have the next configuration. Now in uranium we have 5f3, 61, 7s2. Then in neptunium we have the configuration 5f4, 61. Then we have 5f6, 60, 7s2. In plutonium we have the configuration 5f6. Now it will go on. Then we have radon 5f7, 60, 7s2. Again radon 5f7, 61, 7s2. Again we have 5f9, 60, 7s2. Then we have radon 5f10, 60, 7s2. Radon 5f11, 5f12, 5f13, 5f14, 5f14, 7s2. So they have general electronic configuration of 5f 0 to 14, 60, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 7s2. So this is their general electronic configuration. Then we have physical properties, physical state. Most of these actinides, they are synthetic radioactive element. The element which follow uranium, they have been prepared in the lab. Then we have second property, atomic and ionic radii of these elements go on decreasing when we move left to right in the series. Then we have melting and boiling point. They possess high melting and boiling points due to their strong metallic bonding and covalent bonding. Densities, they have high densities due to their high atomic masses and low atomic volumes. Then we have ionization enthalpy. They possess less ionization enthalpy due to large sizes than lanthanoids. Electropositive character, they possess high electropositive character due to large sizes and low ionization energies. Magnetic properties, they form paramagnetic ions, but their magnetic properties are difficult to comment due to quenching effect of the f orbitals. Then we have reducing character. They are good reducing agent as compared to lanthanoids. It is due to their large sizes and low ionization energy. They have the tendency to form complexes. Oxidation state, +3 oxidation state generally dominates in these elements. They also show +4, +5 and +6 oxidation state, but +3 is the most dominant oxidation state. Coming to their chemical properties, similar to lanthanoids and similar to transition element, action of oxygen. They react with oxygen to form oxides of type MO2 and M2O3 type. They react with water to produce hydroxide. They react with halogen to produce trihalides. Generally, they react with the non-metals like sulfur to form sulfide. They react with carbon to give carbides, and they react with nitrogen to give nitrides. They react with acids, inorganic acid like HCl and HNO3 to produce metal halides and metal nitrates. They do not react with alkalis. This is a point of difference between the lanthanoid and your actinoids, and they are radioactive and mostly synthetic in nature, and their separation is difficult due to their similar chemical properties. Then we have uses of actinide, thorium dioxide. It is used in making incandescent gas metals. It is also thorium is also used in the preparation of fine rods and in atomic reactor. Thorium salts are used in the treatment of cancer. Uranium is used in the production of nuclear energy as well as in the production of electricity by nuclear fission. Uranium salts give green color to the flame and glasses. Uranium salts are used in the textile industries. Then we have plutonium is a fissionable material which is used in for using fueling the atomic reactors and to produce electricity. Then we have very important question, actinoid contraction. Just like lanthanoid contraction, we have actinoid contraction. The definition of this is the element which follow actinium. These are all elements which are following actinium. Their sizes decreases. It is mainly because of poor shielding effect of the 5f subcell, which do not shield the outer electron from the hold of the nucleus. So outer electron, they are pulled more nearer to the nucleus and size of these element decreases. So cause of this actinoid contraction is the poor shielding effect of the 5f subcell, and the consequences are the separation of these elements that becomes difficult because their chemical property, electropositivity, ionization energy, almost they become similar. Chemical properties become similar. They have high melting and boiling points, and their densities are high. They have almost similar ionization enthalpies, and their magnetic properties are little bit difficult to comment. It is due to their strong, you can say, the quenching effect of the f orbitals. Now, what are the similarities between lanthanoid and actinoids? Both of them they show +3 state. Both of them showing contraction in sizes after first element of the family. Both series show paramagnetism due to unpaired electron. Both series show contraction in the sizes. Along each series, the electronegativity increases. Both series show ion exchange behavior. They are nitrates, sulfates, perchlorates, and carbides, hydroxide, fluoride, carbonates. They form soluble nitrates, sulfates, perchlorates, but their hydroxides, fluorides, carbonates are less soluble. Then we have right electronic configuration of some ions. For example, we write electronic configuration of promethium. So promethium is our base element. It is not present in this series, it is an element of previous series. So it will be having configuration xenon 4f14. It will be by seeing the atomic number, and then we will be determining the configuration. +3 state, 3 electrons are removed, they are of 5v1 and 6s2, they are being lost. So this will be having the configuration like this. Cerium 4 positive ion, if it is asked, it will be having 54 electrons just like xenon. Then we have lutetium 2 positive ion. This will be having the configuration xenon 4f14 5d1. And then we have thorium 4 positive, thorium 4 positive. This is the element of this series. It will be having the configuration of radon. Let us see. This is thorium. It is having 4 electrons in the outer shell. When these 4 electrons they are lost, we will have the configuration of radon here. Now, what are the factors which affect the electronic configuration of transition metals? So, when we study the electronic configuration of transition metals, and in the first series we have some deviations from the expected value. In case of the chromium, one electron moved from 4s subcell to 3d subcell to make the d subcell a half-filled stable subcell. Similarly, one electron moves from 4s to 3d in case of the copper to acquire 3d10 configuration, which is more stable. And in the second series also it has been seen that there is a deformity in the electronic configuration from niobium up to platinum. and this deformity is mainly because of few factors. What are those factors? Number one is splitting of the subcells in multi-electron systems. When the number of electrons increases highly, the different subcells of a particular cell, they split apart from each other, and the distance between these subcells that increases, which affects the electronic configuration. Secondly, when electronic population is more, there is electron repulsion in the electrons of the different subcells, which also affects electronic configuration. Then we have exchange energy effect. The electrons of a subcell, they can exchange their orbitals. During this exchange they lose some energy, that is called as exchange energy. By losing this energy, they acquire extra stability. And then we have symmetry factor. Sometime in order to acquire the symmetry in a particular subcell, then the element, they acquire electron from higher subcell to the lower subcell. Then we have nuclear electron attractive force. Sometime due to splitting, the electrons, they come more nearer to the nucleus, which are held by strongly by the nucleus. So incoming electron, they prefer to occupy those subcells, those orbitals which are lying nearer to the nucleus. So all these factors, they affect the electronic configuration of transition elements. Then we have why transition elements are not good reducing agents. If we see, they are not as good as are the elements of second group. So it is mainly because of their high ionization energy, their strong metallic and covalent bonding. They have less tendency to lose electron. That's why their reducing character is less. So this is all about our transition and inner transition element. Tomorrow we'll start with some fresh chapter that will be of coordination compound. Thank you very much.